Hey, everybody. It's that time again. It's time for some master study. Master study. Let's get to it. I think I need to come up with like a. I was thinking about this as I was watching this intro. I need to come up with a special intro, I think. I need to customize the intros to master study and my Wednesday comics. I think they deserve their own little intros. Anyway, just off the top of my head, so that I don't have to like declare it at the beginning of what the heck is going on. But as you figured, it's late night, and that's usually when the creative bugs come to bite. And this is one of those days where I think I just have to put pen to paper here, brush to paper, and get the juices flowing as opposed to the juices already flowing and I'm ready to hit it because I had a pretty busy day today and I knew that I was carving out this time. And as it got closer, I was like, nope, I got to do it. I got to do it. And then I almost chickened out because I was like, I'm a little tired, a little out of it. But nope, we're going to do it. We're going to crack into the inking on this STERANKO page with the help of your guys' participation. We're going to get, by golly, we are going to get started on this page, but it's going to be good. Like I had mentioned before, I had already prepped and I've just been staring at these blue lines. And the one thing that I realized as I was getting ready for tonight was I'm going to try something new tonight, which I'm going to ink this with a brush, my trusty favorite. Don't blur on me. You're blurring on me. My favorite weapon here, weapon of choice, the Winsor Newton Series 7 number 2 brush. Definitely going to use that. The lines on this page, the ink lines on this page have a beautiful brush quality to it, so I want to try and reproduce that using the Winsor Newton. Did I just hear? Hang on. Guest starring my cat. Hello. Come on in. The party's starting. Come on in. Seriously. Come on in. Sorry about that. So yeah, there's a brush quality to this that I want to hit, but I did realize that I have a new ink I'm going to try. Let me switch to here so you guys can see. I'm going to try this ink here, Speedball Super Black ink. And I found this on sale at a local art store here, and somebody else told me that they use Speedball. So I thought, what the heck? It's always nice to try a new technique, a new tool on each one of these master study pages. So let's see how this Speedball ink does on this brush. So again, here is my Winsor Newton Series 7 number 2 brush. Love this guy. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. And for anybody joining me for the first time, this is what I call master study. My name is Rocky Ballesteros, that says up there. And what I'm doing is just reproducing from scratch, from a 0 page. They call it, I've heard this term, from 0 to 1. Have you heard that? Have you guys heard that term, from 0 to 1? It's like, I don't even know what, it's like, I think it's a tech term. But basically going from nothing to something. Maybe it's a binary term. But yeah, I'm going from scratch. Started off just sketching this from pencils. So I have this was the finished pencil page right here. Usually my pencil pages, because I use color erase pencils, usually there's more colors in there because as you guys have seen in my other master studies, I've used red color erase. I predominantly use blue and red, sometimes purple, sometimes green, but most likely blue and red. But surprisingly enough, this STERANKO page, I've used predominantly blue. So yeah, this was how the finished pencils turned out, which I thought turned out pretty awesome. And then I scanned it in at my local FedEx Kinko's, and then I took it into Photoshop and did a blue line treatment. So it's a little different than the actual blue of the Color Ace. It's a little lighter, and it's a slightly different shade of blue. I don't know if you can really tell from the camera here. Slightly different shade of blue. This is like a formula I've seen people show online before of like when you change the hue and the settings in Photoshop to get it this kind of blue that once photocopied won't reproduce or will be easy to remove from the image. So it's all the same color blue here, and then it's dialed back down quite a bit just so that it doesn't dominate the page like the pencils do here. And that's just kind of a technique that I've used as I started these master studies, so that once I start inking on it, you can still faintly see the blue lines, but they're not so crazy bright or strong and contrasty like the original pencils. So this is the printed out on a clean Bristol sheet and ready to be inked. Very, very excited to start inking this. What I'm going to do too is I was looking at this page. I'm probably going to start on this bottom third here, because for those of you who have watched the previous streams of this master study process, I have really good scans of the second column here, or is this column? Second row here, and really good scan / printout of this bottom row here. But I haven't been able to find a really good scan of the top section, which is probably where I would normally start out. The only image I have of the top section is kind of a crunchy, low-res printout. So I'm missing a lot of the nice like brush strokes and the subtlety in here. So I'm still digging around the internet to see if I can find one. So that's why I thought I'd just start with the columns or the rows that I have the nice image first to buy me some time. And as you know, I won't finish all this inking tonight, obviously. So it'll give me a little bit of time to see if I can hunt down a nicer scan of this top one. I kind of wish where I found the two really good scans of these rows that they had this third one, but they didn't. They just had the two scans of this. So anyway, I'm probably going to start on this bottom row here. Probably first on this panel. It's some beautiful, beautiful, if you can see the line quality on these, the brush stroke line quality on this, really nice on these two faces. So I thought that would be a nice place to like get warmed up, get started. Nothing too complicated or intricate, just really nice place to like relax and get into the groove of things here. So that's the plan. Thank you guys all for being here. I know I had mentioned on Wednesday's stream that I was going to be doing a master study. It was up in the air whether I was going to do a master study stream tonight or today, Thursday, or Friday, which it might be Friday already for some of you on the East Coast. But yeah, I really wanted to get it in Thursday today. I don't think I will stream again tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see how it goes tonight, but that's the plan. That's where I am. So I'm so glad you guys all showed up. So before I fall too far behind, let's hit the chat and see who's here. Cranberry Landers is here.
This is a cranberry full of power.
Good man. Late. I'm late. Yes, it's a late stream, and I was, what did you say, 10 to 20 seconds late on hitting go live on my stream. You know what? Sometimes you gotta get a little. Truth be told, I was eating a cookie, and I had to finish it before the stream went live. So that's where the extra 10 to 20 seconds came from. Unacceptable, indeed unacceptable from Emo Trash. What's up, Emo Trash? Emo Trash was having some internet problems last stream, was it? Seems like her internet was working now, which is great. Late night stream, Timmy Mello.
And the Guardians are headed to October.
So Timmy Mello, you are changing your profile picture like crazy. So this is a new one. This is the newest profile picture. I saw the other one you did yesterday. A new one today. Looking sweet. Love it. He's keeping us on our toes. But great to see you here. It is a late night stream. Hopefully you can stick around for as long as possible. But if you gotta go, you gotta go. No problem. But thank you for being here. Giving up on school, emo trash. My goodness, don't give up on school. Don't give up on school. Struggling to draw for the past 15 minutes, so you should feel special, Rocky. I paused my episode of Kitchen Nightmares for you. Thank you very much. We're going to give you your own special kind of nightmare here. As I said in the chat, we're giving you an inking nightmare. Sketching nightmare over here. Figured out one side profile, but now the other one is apparently too advanced for me or something. I don't know. One side isn't, just flip it, and you get the other profile. It's always nice to especially if you're drawing digital and you can like flip it horizontally, vertically, gives you a new perspective. I like doing that a lot, or turning the page if it's a physical thing. It helps to reset the eye a little bit. I've said that before. What's up, K-pop junkie? K-pop, didn't you just stream today? I thought I saw you streaming. Was your Vampirella stream today? I popped in just a little bit. I hit the like. I didn't get to say hi in the chat, but I hit the like. K-pop's killing it. She was streaming with, I think it was Christopher Priest. Is that right? My gosh. You're like the talent acquisition mistress, man. You're just getting all the big names now. It's pretty awesome. Give me a call when you get like Jim Lee on your stream. Or Rob Liefeld or any of those guys. That'll be amazing. Mark Miller. The key is to simplify your process. I think Timmy Mel is given. This is for emo trash, I'm guessing. Key is to simplify your process. Heck, I change my profile picture every other day with a new sketch, it seems. There you go. Yeah, that's not simple. That's complicating things, actually. Closest inanimate objects I have are empty bottles and my notebook that I apparently forgot to put away. Oh, well. Boy, all the tips coming in here. Do a series of clips of your drawings becoming clearer with a reference you use, all in color. All right. Ready the pom-poms. What is that? What is that in reference to? The pom-poms. David Alicia. Gary Martin did the Barry. Yes, I did see that. His looked way better than mine. David Alicia. Awesome seeing you. He's been killing it. And Gary Martin, I follow him on social media. Like his process is like a little cloaked. Like he doesn't really show himself. I haven't seen any process videos of him. I just see his posts of like, boom, here's my reproduction of this artist. Boom, here's my reproduction of this artist. And they're incredible. Incredible. And I don't know how long it takes him to do or whatever, but I saw that. He did that Barry Windsor Smith cover, the same one that I finished last time. And got it hanging up there. And yeah, and actually I think I commented on his post. I was like, I just did that. I just did this one too. But his looks way better, way more professional. But it's great. You know, we're kind of vibing off the same thing. I mean, Gary Martin's a legendary inker. And I have his how to ink, do comic book inking. Oops, somebody's printing something. I have his how to. I think my daughter's printing something. Well, I'll have to give that to her in a second. But yeah, he's. I don't know how often he does it or how quick he does it, but it's pretty amazing. So very humbled by seeing how good he does it. He's really good. Jeffrey Beats. You're becoming a regular around here, Mr. Beats. Good to see you. Good day to you. Another Australian friend. You'll get the energy. It comes when you start streaming, and you'll find your stopping point and go unconscious once it ends. Both look great. Thank you, David Halasia. Can't stay too long today. Weekend about to begin. Oh, yeah. Nice. That's right. You're on the other side of the world. You are on the edge of your weekend. Lucky you. We still got one more day over here. There's also 0 to 60. The term 0 to 60. Yes. I always find that like when you speed up, right? Like a speedometer. I've heard of 0 to 1. Cranberry Langer says it always sounds ridiculous. 0 to 1. That's not a big jump. It doesn't. It's like, do you take one step? Wait, could you please tell us your name again? My name, Admiral Wackass, is Rocky Ballesteros. Nice to meet you. I've seen you around before. I've seen you here before. Thank you for being here now. But yes, it's Rocky Ballesteros. Welcome, welcome to my stream. Bluish hue. Yes, yes. You blew them. Classic Arrested Development skit or clip. I love that. I love that show. If you guys haven't seen it, just look up Blue Man Group Arrested Development, Tobias Funk. KSSS, happy birthday, KSSS. Wait, is that Rocky Ballesteros or the Rocky Ballesteros channel? Happy birthday, Rocky. Happy birthday to you. It's both. It's both the man and the channel. We're one. Everybody wishing happy birthday to KSSS. He's the oldest man in the chat with all the birthdays. Happy birthday, my Doge. Wow, it's a compliment. It's crazy how much you put into them. The master studies or the birthdays. But yes, it's Friday for Emo Trash. We already lost John to the perils of slumber. Poor John. But who knows? John has been known to wake up and come into chat. So we might see him in a couple hours. Who knows how long? It depends on how long this chat goes. Why is that such a you thing to do? I was eating a cookie. I don't know. Why is that such a you thing? I like cookies. Actually, no, I do. I like cookies. This cookie I'm eating, this particular cookie is a Girl Scout cookie, which it's kind of Girl Scout cookie season. You see them, all those girls outside of like Starbucks or like grocery stores selling their wares. They all have like Venmo and PayPal now, so there's no like cash interaction anymore with Girl Scout cookies. Actually, my niece sells Girl Scout cookies too, and I've ordered from her before. But they even have like an online portal you can do Girl Scout cookies, which is kind of crazy. And she even offers to deliver it within a certain radius, hand deliver it. Pretty amazing. But I was eating a Girl Scout cookie. It was a new flavor I hadn't tried before. Usually I get Thin Mints. Those are my favorite. Although, kind of waiting on the Thin Mint because that's always what I get. But the new flavor was... Ooh, what's the name of that flavor? I don't even remember. It's supposedly a new flavor, and it's based off of like cinnamon French toast, kind of. So it was quite good. So yeah, I was eating one of those. A full 10 to 20 seconds. That's why a cookie crumbles, I guess. All right, I want milk. Cranberry Langers. You get the joke. The joke rim shot of the night. It's a Jose Ramirez sketch, this time with a Guardians theme. Way to keep the sports ball. Way to bring up the sports ball, Timmy Mello. Spring training has started. I'm peeking in there, kind of tracking things just a little bit. Got one ear in basketball land, 1 ear in spring training. It's all pretty exciting. I always love it when they overlap like that. It's like when one sport kind of wanes and then the next one like picks up, and if you like it. So kind of excited about spring training. Have you ever been to spring training before, Timmy Mello? spring training for the Giants is in Arizona. Most spring training is there, I think, right? Most of it is there. But I've never been, and I've had a lot of friends tell me that I should go because they said it's a totally different atmosphere. It's really fun. But yeah, I've never ventured down there enough. But I know people that take their whole families, like they'll go for a long weekend, or they'll take their kids out of school and go for a few days or a couple days and then come back. So it sounds like a lot of fun. I got to do it. KSSS says, I like the STERANKO page where the last panel was changed to the close-up of Nick Fury's gun. Yes. So I don't think you were in the stream when I first introduced this page, but the chat actually voted live on which last panel we were going to do. So for those of you who don't know, this STERANKO page, actually I have the comic book here, or one of the versions. This is a horrible scan, but here, let me go to a wider view. So this is how this version turned out, but then there's another version where, oh, I don't think I have it. I used to have the printout. Dang it. What did I do with that? Oh, wait, let me see. Hold on, let me see if I can call it up here really quick. Maybe. Nope, that's not it. That is the page that I have. So what happened was, we talked about this when I first started the master study and we were voting on which page. There's a few versions of this. I thought it was just 2 versions, but it's actually more than 2 because I've seen more than 2 versions. But is that not it? No. Oh, that's actually a pretty good scan. Weird. I think I found a better printout of the top one. I don't know where that page went. All right, well, maybe I'll find it later. So anyway, just to explain it really quickly, this was... now I can't explain it quickly because it's different. This is actually the 3rd version I saw, but this is a horrible printout. You can't even see it here. I'll show it to you here. But there's like a gun here on this page. And oh, yeah, this is the edited, quote unquote edited version, where instead of this last panel of, I call it their like calisthenics position, I guess this was too suggestive for the time that this comic came out. So they replaced it with just a close-up of the gun, which is what KSSS is talking about, because they thought that it was less suggestive than this. However, I think this is almost more suggestive. And even STERANKO, there was a quote from STERANKO saying, like, this has way more innuendo than this image here. And then the other thing they changed, which was this panel. They felt like this is the original that they had, which basically Fury takes the phone off the hook so that he can not be disturbed when him and Contessa have some calisthenics time here. But then they changed it to this with the phone on the hook, and I don't know. I think this was too literal, too obvious, but I feel like this is kind of has the same suggestion. It's like the phone's ringing, but they're not picking it up anyway. So it's kind of funny, kind of weird editing choices. But the chat voted to go with this version here. So that's why we're here. They wanted the unadulterated version of the page, the first version of the page, not the edited version. So that's why we're here. I would have done either. And I do like this gun here, but it's cool. It's great. So yeah, this came from Nick Fury. I believe it's Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. I think it was number 2. Oh, no. Number 2. Yeah. So this is the book that it came from. And we flipped through this book once in one of my Wednesday comics. It's a great compilation of STERANKO's run, or some of the cooler issues that he worked on for Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. Great book. Highly recommend it. All right, let's see. Cranberry Langer says, I can't believe K-pop got a Christopher Priest interview. Yeah, what a great land. Have Gary on your show? That would be cool. I don't know Gary at all. I think Shant has crossed paths with him. That would be cool. I've loved his work since I was a kid, and that How to Ink comic books was such a amazing book when I was a kid, because nobody had ever done a book that just focused on inking, and it was such a great breakdown how he did it, and the artists that he got to show the different styles of inking were amazing. I've shown it at stream before, but if you guys want me to pull it out again, I can. But it's a great book, and I believe he reprinted it recently, because that one came out in I want to say the late 90s, and I think he's reprinted it recently. But it was awesome because I'll just get it. Can you guys see my cat? Do you want a cat? One of my cats. He's sitting on my lights. Silly boy. This book, Art of Comic Book Inking by Gary Martin, Steve Rude. And these are the artists that he got to kind of share how they inked. And the brilliant thing is he would do examples where each artist would ink the same penciled page by Steve Rude. And so you could see their techniques, and they would talk about what tools they use, and then you can just compare them to each other. So like this is Terry Austin compared to Gary Martin himself. And it's really amazing. Tom Palmer. You just get to see the differences in inkers and how they did what they did and why they did what they did and what tools they used. So it's an awesome resource. And then to top it all off, they even include a blue line page that you can ink yourself if you wanted to, but I never did. I didn't want to ruin it. Maybe I should copy it and practice on it. That would be cool. It's almost similar to this. It's actually a little more faded than this. So yeah, it's a great book. I don't think this version's in print anymore, but I do believe Gary Martin has printed a new version of this. Mine I got signed by Steve Rude himself. I also got I want to say Kevin Nolan signed it because he was one of the inkers in this. Yeah, got Kevin Nolan to sign it too, right there. Pretty awesome. It's great book. Okay. Haunted printer. Yes. Let me just make sure. Oh, okay. My wife is printing out like a return label, so it's okay. What's up, Art and Times, J. Ryan?
It's actually a really good sculpt.
Now you're here somewhat on time as opposed to coming. I was rewatching yesterday's stream, and your timing of coming in at literally the last 30 seconds was brilliant. It was really good. But thanks for coming in more than a little bit earlier than 30 seconds till the end. Emo Trash says, looks way more professional. Now you get why I ain't trying to share too much with you. I need to be humbled like that. Not yet, anyway. Oh, come on. Master Study in the Art of J. Ryan when? That's right. Already started for me. Michael Bancroft's here. Jeffrey Beats is here. Our 2 Australian quota has been met, everyone. We did it. We did it. Good seeing you, Michael Bancroft. He had a great art share yesterday. I was laughing at that one. There were the comments that were coming out of you and Rob's mouth during that art share were amazing. It was really funny. So it was super enjoyable. Art chart. Well, going from 0 to 1 is effectively an infinite amount. Too much math for me right there. Yes. Admiral Wax. I'm not even going to read that out, but that is classic. Classic Arrested Development. So good. Such a good show. That show was way ahead of its time. Way ahead of its time. I did not get him yapping about cookies. Cookies? They're good. Girls outside stores. Stop it. Did you just learn about the poisons and metals in Girl Scout cookies, Rocky? Stop it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Hand delivered. Be nice. It's not all of them, Cranberry Landers. There's 9 producers of the Scout cookies in North America. What's up, Shelby? Oh my gosh. Shelby bringing in the info, bringing in the knowledge. Actually, I think your daughter sells Girl Scout cookies. Isn't that right, Shelby? I think that's right. That's why you know. Caramel Delights are greater than Thin Mints. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Stop it. Is that Dave Grohl? Happy birthday, American Discord. Come up $1 short for those cookies, and those Girl Scouts will become leg breaker scouts in no time. That sounds scary. I've never met aggressive Girl Scouts like that. They're pretty nice. They're pretty nice. I like the Samoans. Yes, Samoans are pretty good. So they're pretty good. I love Thin Mints. Have you guys ever tried refrigerated or slightly frozen Thin Mints? It's pretty good. And you got to eat them with milk. They're the best with milk. Keebler Cookies makes Girl Scout cookies. I used to work for Keebler. The Girl Scouts get the cookies they dropped on the ground. Gross. That's not that's not good. That's worse than poisonous ingredients in it, I think. Timmy Mello says, I've never really taken advantage of a spring training trip, although I probably would get one through work. Everything starts for us on opening day. Oh, yeah, do it. If you can, do it. I've heard it's really fun. And, you can get seats that are close up to the front because there's not that many people going to spring training. They're less pressure games, but sometimes you can see, some of the stars, up close because of it. So I heard it's great. We hit up a couple spring training games up here every year, Rocky. SF Giants are my team. Nice. One of the funnest parks is the Sox Dodgers Park they do spring at. They get about 50 food trucks. That sounds amazing. Nice. You're a Giants fan. I know you used to live up here, but I didn't know that translated to being a Giants fan. So awesome. Oh my gosh. What? Arizona sounds really fun. There's a lot going on in Arizona. Aren't you in Arizona, Cranberry Landers? I think you are. I tried typing on my phone like Shelby taught. It looks like this. Bruv, shy gud. Chee. Whoa. You got some weird filter going on there, KSSS. Get a good workout and clean your gun. That's the Nick Fury way. We lived across the street from the Cardinals Stadium, which is right down the block from 3 baseball spring training parks. Most of them share 2 teams with an on-off day schedule. Yeah, I've heard that. That's right. Is that a gun in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me? You know what? Nick Fury does not need to explain that. Does not need to explain that at all. That guy's a stud. Yes, I agree. I think it's funny, hilarious that whatever editors chose to do that, they thought that was better than this. Because this is actually, maybe for today's standards, is pretty harmless right here. Sorry, focus. The other one is your imagination can run away with the other one. That entire page is loaded with innuendos. Yeah, you're telling me. Loaded. That's a good one. Uh, oh my gosh. I don't know what keyboard you guys are using or how fat your fingers are. But I don't think I've ever typed anything that looks remotely close to that. And I have no idea what you're trying to type when that comes out like that. Sorry, Art and Times of J. Ryan. That's how it works on my streams. David Alicia says he has the book. I am far behind. David Alicia has his prints. Nice. Where is Comrade Sammy? That's right. She never sleeps. Is she playing Minecraft right now? What is going on? Somebody knock on her door. Yes. Yes. Oh, Timmy Mello got the updated inking book. Awesome. I think it's relatively similar. He might have changed some things in it, but from what I know, I think a lot of it's similar. I watch Steve Rude's channel all the time. That's right. I was banned for asking if he would consider changing his name to What? Why would you be banned for that? Oh my gosh. Too serious. Yeah, I do watch his streams sometimes. They're almost like super. This is how I imagine how he is on the streams is, seems pretty true to how I imagine Steve Rude being. Like he's very academic, not in a bad way, but just like an encyclopedia of techniques and knowledge about comics. But that's a bummer if you got banned for asking. That's so mild. That's like drawing a holster, for innuendo. It's really mild. Steve Rude does some fun stuff on his YouTube channel. Yeah, he's amazing. Steve Rude is amazing. I've heard rumors that he's kind of difficult to work with. I don't know. I don't know any insight. I mean, Gary Martin would know much more than I would, but he is an incredible talent. Incredible talent. The inkers feel like the unsung heroes of the industry sometimes. Such a great art form. It really is. And I think in this day and age, too, with more artists being like digital, and I know there's digital inkers, too, but it just feels different. It really feels different. I feel like in the older Golden Age, Silver Age, Bronze Age, the inkers could add so much and added a different level to a penciler, and they could make or break a penciler's stuff. It just feels like with digital artwork these days, or a lot of artists, a lot of the top artists, they do their own inking. And so you lose that extra step, that extra collaboration with an inker. And I know it's all different. It's all relative or different for every artist. Some artists are just great, inking themselves. But I do love that pairing. And when it works, it really, really works. And some of my favorite time periods or art periods in comics were a pairing up of like a penciler and inker, right? So it's like Jim Lee, Scott Williams, like that pairing was like magic. Or Arthur Adams, Terry Austin, amazing. And Alan Davis, Mark Farmer, Alan Davis, Paul Neary, like those guys paired up, amazing. So I love it. And then an inker who I've been appreciating a lot more since I've been doing these master studies is John Beatty. Like seeing him ink on top of Michael Golden, Mike Zack, and he's just incredible. So I love that. It's like they're better together than just individual artists, like the penciler by themselves or the inker by themselves. Like to have them together, there's like a magic you can't make without that pairing. So I do feel like it's a little lost these days in modern current comic book times. Awesome one. What's up, dude?
Yes, that's awesome.
Go Aussies, Jeffrey Beats says. I lived in Australia for a month. Okay, so it's like 2.1% or 2.1 Australians in the chat now. I feel like my quote should be, you know what I'm saying? That's right. Awesome One has been around. He's been around. Before Steve Rude banned me, I asked him if he likes cornbread on the side. He read my comment and didn't answer. I said, Shelby answers. Huh. I guess Steve Rude doesn't have a sense of humor. Yeah, Shelby trying to cut the competition. Yeah, I think my daughter is a scout, Shelby says. Technically, all non-organic wheat has pesticide traces. Great. That's just wonderful. Awesome One. Thank you. Thank you for bringing us down. Thank you. Didn't Wendy's just make a Thin Mint Frosty? K-pop Junkie says. That sounds really familiar. I think I've seen Thin Mint ice cream too. So yeah, it sounds very familiar. I do miss Arrested Development. You taste these tears. Taste the happy, Michael. Oh man, I love that show. That show and 30 Rock, I always felt like were way ahead of their time as far as the writing. And I would just die laughing watching them. Frozen Thin Mints. Yes. Yes. See? Cold Thin Mints. Definitely. Cookie season is 2 weeks finito. Where's your plug, Rocky Ballesteros? I don't know. There she is. Welcome, Comrade Sammy. How's Minecraft going? Where the heck is Comrade Sammy? She's better not flake out on us. That's right. Never. Never. John has already fallen. Yes, he's asleep. Like I said, he might come back. You don't know. You don't know. All right, let's see. I'm trying to get there, guys. I got to get to inking. QWERTY Fat Thumbs edition. That's right. Oh my gosh. Midnight already? Oh, it's past midnight now. Awesome One. Wow. Am I an hour behind in chat? I hope not. Awesome One got banned. I hope never to be. But you know what? There is always a first time for everything. Be honest, I was given some pretty devastating news. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Comrade Sammy, since last stream. So I apologize if I'm not as talkative tonight. No problem, kind of low in energy. No problem. Sorry to hear that. Hope everything will be okay. You know, take it easy. Let us know if we can do anything for you. Artists inking themselves nowadays is a problem, not a solution. Bad page rates, zero kickbacks on perpetual printings have become the norm for the big two. And there lies the problem. There lies the problem. And it's sad that like changes the art form. It makes sense because a lot of artists like try and do, I see so many artists trying to do both penciling, inking, coloring, writing, and, you know, just trying to get as much revenue from the hard work that's put into it. So yeah, it's a bummer. It's really a bummer. I think inking is such its own art form. And so to see it like not be able to grow and thrive in today's market is really, really tough. Shelby is an inker. He knows the struggle, so I listen to his sage-like wisdom. That's right. We all do. Hopefully your favorite yapper here will lift your spirits. Wow, that's a big burden. But I will bring the yap. Okay, let's see. Hearing again doesn't surprise me. You guys. Last week has been pretty challenging for a lot of us. Hope things get better for you, Sammy. Going after Hermano was hilarious. Oh. Caw, caw. Oh man, I gotta go watch that show again. So good. All right, I think I caught up. I caught up. Was it finding out we eat garbage food? Sorry to hear that, Comrade Sam. We play a fun game and read your Bible. Good things. Okay, let's get to inking. Can we? We can. Or we could just watch episodes of Arrested Development. That would be amazing. All right, so I am going to try this Speedball ink. Hopefully it doesn't blow up on me. This is like the widest, the widest, like it's not really smart to have that wide of an opening for a bottle. Like that's a disaster waiting to happen. But we'll try and do this carefully. Oh, and last time I was here, John's not here, but last time I was here, I kind of got the tunes working, the YouTube tunes working, not being so distracting and annoying. So let me try and put that on. Always late night streams. I always feel like you need to have a little bit of music playing in the background, or else people will fall asleep. So let's get something going here. All right, let's do this. Yes, sorry. Sorry. Cuckoo-ca-cha. It's amazing. Caw. It's a miracle I've never spilled my own bottle of Speedball. You say that. No, I'm not on StreamYard, so I don't have access to the ducks, the classic ducks. So we just got to make do with what YouTube offers. Wow, this is way, just this a little bit. Can't stretch my arm so far. I have not inked in a while. Yeah, this Speedball ink seems a little... not watery, but a little thinner than the other inks I've used before. I don't know if I like it. Like the ink I've used before already is the Winsor Newton ink, India ink, and the Kohinoor ink. And the Kohinoor ink is a little bit more gummy, I guess you'd say, a little bit more sticky, tacky than the Winsor Newton ink. I do like the Winsor Newton ink actually a lot. I've used that for a few of the master studies. I don't know if this ink surpasses that. I don't know, we'll keep going and we'll see. Yeah, it does feel a little watery. A little thinner than dry is nice though. Yeah, dry is really nice. It's funny because this, what do you guys think? Does this look like his mouth is open? I read it as like his mouth, this is like his teeth, and this is his bottom lip, and his mouth is slightly open. But then I was looking at it as it like his closed lips. I didn't look at the colored version. Maybe it'll tell. Not that it totally matters. Oh yeah, I guess the colored version it is open. The reason why I ask is it will like kind of affect how thick I make this top line, if it needs to read as like a upper lip, the bottom of an upper lip to give it a little bit more thickness, or if it was the top of an upper lip, I would make it a little thinner. So Speedball is watery AF. Is the music wobbly or am I having a stroke? I would record feeding the ducks off an old Shelby stream. Then I would play the tape when I streamed. Let's see. Shelby says, mix half that bottle with an equal amount of Dr. Martin's black ink. Okay. I don't have any Dr. Martin's But I'll try it. I'll go buy some and try it and feel the difference in that. I can't hear the music. I'm playing Fortnite. All right, no problem. I think his mouth is open. Yes, you were right. Dude looks like he's going in for he looks like he's going when he's going in there. I suppose I could play some Minecraft and listen to Rocky's ASMR voice in the back. Could. Yeah, you guys gaming it up? Do it. I'm always amazed at people who can multitask. Multitask their like recreational activity. So like my son does it all the time. He'll like play video games and watch a YouTube stream or watch a streamer that's playing a game. I don't have enough focus to be able to do that. I've told this story before. We used to, when I first was at started working at my own studio, there was just 3 of us at the beginning, and we were just working out of my friend's back room pretty much on laptops. Like, it was really low tech, and we were just having a fun time. And he had like a TV in that room, and so we're like, oh, this is awesome, like we can like watch movies while we work. And so I was like, well, you know, I'm gonna get distracted if we watch a new movie, so let's just watch an old movie, like a movie that we all know. You know, we can recite it. We don't have to watch the TV all the time. Just something that we all know. So we're like, okay, let's watch Star Wars. So we're like, yeah. You know, we all seen Star Wars a million times. And my friend put it on the TV, and we'd start working. But there was two other guys. Oops, sorry, excuse me. 2 other guys in the room. We were all working and stuff. And then I would just sit there and I would just stare and just watch the whole movie, and I wouldn't get any work done. So I have a bad. I'm not a great multitasker, which is probably why I get so far behind in chat too. But yeah, play games, listen to me yap. It's all good. Oh, that nose curve was so satisfying. What are you doing? I haven't had Doc Martens since I was a cool teen in the 90s. You know, they're still cool now. My daughter has a pair of Doc Martens. Still the same. Still cool. So you watched Men at Work? No. Yeah, I would be distracted by Star Wars too. Yeah. It's one of those movies that always gets me. Need a little bit more light here. love how thin of a point the Winsor Newton can get. It's crazy, crazy cool. Just a little bit more thickness in this cheek. KSS says, do you have a process of deciding on which panel to start on, or is it just whatever strikes your fancy? Yeah, it's just kind of whatever. Yeah. It is whatever strikes my fancy. Like if I'm feeling really confident with how I'm handling the brush or how the ink's coming off the brush, or if when I put the first stroke down and I feel I can get really delicate points and I feel like my hand's steady, then I'll go for the more intricate details. But I picked this one just because like these nice thick thin strokes here I felt like would be a great place for me to warm up and then to start getting into the detail. I didn't want to start on like a super technical panel like this one that had a lot of straights, which would require a ruler and all that. So yeah, it's just kind of whatever strikes my fancy. That first panel's coming in nicely. Thanks, Tippy Mellow. Or yes, I start on the kissy ones. That a Series 7 brush? It is. I love mine so much. I'll spine shank somebody for looking at it funny. You know what the funny thing is I actually, they're not cheap. These brushes, the Winsor Newton Series 7 brushes, they're on the more expensive side as far as brushes go. And so I bought one before I started these master studies, and the first one I got was I think it was the Mike Zeck one. I think when I started inking, I was like, this, it was like totally like frayed out and was not coming to a point nicely at all. And I think Shanth was on stream and in chat when that happened, and he was like, that's a bum brush, you need to return it. And he was right, so I returned it and got this one, the one I'm holding now. And it was like night and day. So it's funny because there was all this buildup of like, oh, I can't wait to ink with the Series 7, and I was like, this this isn't that great. But yeah, the thing I've loved about inking with this is the amount of control and the ability to get to such a fine point on this is incredible. It's a beautiful, clean line goes down, and it also holds the ink really nice. I feel like I don't have to load up the brush so many times. Like the ink comes out, just keeps flowing. So and just a little pressure, and you can get nice thick lines in there. And as I've been doing these master studies, I knew this about myself, but just doing it more and kind of playing around with different tools, I do love the brush incline feel and look better than like a nib or a pen, technical pen. Although I use both, or I use all, but there's just something about the brush line that just sits really well for me. Oh, Shelby, I watched your stream on that Diodato stream where you had mentioned Wang Wen. It's so crazy, man, that it was like... for those of you who don't know, on my Wednesday comic stream that I did yesterday, one of the things I was looking at was an Ashcan book called Metal Militia by this artist who... I had seen some of his work before, but he wasn't like a super well-known artist. And his name's Wang Nguyen, a Vietnamese artist. And he was the creator and artist on this book, Metal Militia. So I just randomly found the ashcan to that book and was sharing it on stream. And then Shelby was like, I just mentioned him on my stream this morning. And he sent me the link and I watched it. And I was like, oh my gosh, what are the chances? And I think that Diodato character totally looked like his character from Metal Militia, so I think you're not wrong that he must have referenced it. It was so weird, so surreal. Like, what are the chances of this obscure artist, of me talking about him and then Shelby talking about him as well? Really strange. "'Tis nighttime for my Minecraft world. I shall go to sleep before the skeletons and creepers attack me. Farewell, Comrade Sammy." Wait, what? Did I just see something? John shows signs of life. What? Series 730 $. Holla. Yeah, that's right. Holla! You can always dig a hole. Brush look good there. Yeah, thanks. I always go with binaural hertz beat set for focus when I need to lock in like 12 point. Wow, so specific. It's like a certain frequency. I gotta try that. I mean, truth be told, if I wasn't on stream, I'd probably be listening to some sort of soundtrack right now for late night inking. But we just have to deal with YouTube copyright-free music for now. John, what's up, John? He made it.
What's your name? He goes, John.
Catching up now. John made it. I knew it. I knew he would. I don't know about brown noise, but the current band of choice is Smash Into Pieces. Never heard of them. I've heard of Smashing Pumpkins, but not Smash Into Pieces. Happy birthday, John. Oh, you're not going to sleep. Your Minecraft is going to sleep. Gotcha. Okay. Brown noise isn't a band. It's just background sound that's supposed to be more calming. Oh. probably be dropping off for the night too. Another emergency fill-in at work calls. All right, see you later, Timmy Mello. See you later, Timmy Mello. Thank you for coming. If you don't mind, hit that like when you leave. We got a lot of good, a good number of likes for yesterday's stream, which was really great. So thank you guys for helping me out in that way. These curvy curls. She's got a lot of curls. What is this little part called? I forgot. This little part here. It's like is it called an angel's kiss or something? I forgot what the part of the anatomy is called. Man, STERANKO's eyebrow game is on point. Just some cool eyebrows. YouTube does not like me speed watching this stream. What happened? What happens when you do it? I also watched the Mike Diodato stream. It's funny seeing his original art, World of Difference. Yeah, I was actually surprised. I never have been a huge fan of his artwork. Maybe because I felt like it was too derivative of stuff, but something about that compilation, that Wonder Woman compilation, if you guys haven't checked it out, go watch Shelby's stream. He just posted it a day ago. But it's fun. It's like exciting and total like pinup. Every page is like a pinup. And there's some good stuff in there. I've never looked closely at his work because I kind of just like passed it up for other artists, so for sure it's something I'm going to look at again. I even think my library has that compilation, so I might like borrow it and look at that stuff closely. I'm perpetually confused. Thinking about it, Rocky's dulcet ASMR would have put me to sleep right in my chair. There you go. Speaking of soundtracks, Rocky, have you heard of Epic the Musical? Epic the Musical? I know there was an animated movie called Epic. But no, I haven't heard of Epic the Musical. What is that? Oh my gosh. I won't even... I watched a funny... It wasn't even intended to be funny, but it was a podcast on... Oh, shoot. No, don't... Don't disconnect. Sorry, it's telling me my... This is... Hello. Sorry. Woo! All sorts of weirdness. But it should be charging now. It was telling me my overhead camera was low on battery, even though it was plugged in. What was I saying? Oh, yeah, I was watching this podcast and I don't even want to open this can of worms, but there is a movie that is nominated. It's the most, I don't know how many people here pay attention to the Oscars. I have stopped watching the Oscars a long time ago. But there is a movie that is nominated for 13 categories in the Oscars called Amelia Perez. And it's a movie produced by Netflix. And it is probably the most progressive sounding movie description you can think of. And I'll leave it at that. And right now it's a PR nightmare what is going on with that film. But I was listening to a podcast today about it and I was just cracking up because it just sounded like a parody skit. What is going on with that movie? What that movie is about? Number one, how it was executed, why it was a musical, and I even listened to some of the songs in it, and I couldn't stop laughing. And now it's just a huge PR nightmare for Netflix, and it's also the most, up for the most awards. So I have no idea how that's going to pan out for Hollywood, but it's kind of crazy. But no, I have not heard of Epic the Musical. I don't think so. Tell me more. Man, Nick Fury in the patch. Dude's patch. So cool, killer. Did you guys hear that Gene Hackman died too? I know he's really old, but and I heard he died and I'm like, oh man, so sad. But then I heard this crazy thing, like this investigation now, because he and his wife were found dead. And it doesn't sound good, like how they were found. Like he was 95, I think, but his wife was not that old. But apparently her body was like decomposing, so there's like the thought that she has been dead there for a while. I don't know. It sounded crazy. I was like, what? I love Gene Hackman. It's awesome. One of my favorite movies that he's in is The Conversation. Have any guys seen that? That Coppola movie, The Conversation? It's a great movie, and he's amazing in it. Harrison Ford's also in it. Small bit part, but a good one. And it takes place in San Francisco, so also amazing to see the city. And that movie, The Conversation, has the greatest sound design. If you're into like editing and sound design, highly recommend that movie. All right, holding off on inking these swooping hairlines, but we're getting to a point where we got to get to it. So let me color in this. Let me blacken in this patch. I mean, the Speedball ink's pretty good. It's pretty good. It dries nice. I'm getting used to the consistency of it. Out of all the inks I've used, the Winsor Newton, the Kohinoor, it does seem the most thin, the thinnest, but it's not like, it's not opaque, right? It's not too like so watery that it has like transparency in it. It's pretty opaque, so it dries flat. So yeah, getting used to it. Gotta get these swoopy hairs. Okay, I said that. Tim Mellows, everybody saying good night. I'm gonna take off too. Have a good evening, everyone. See you later, Cranberry. Should have known you'd go back to inking before you'd see that. My voice is making you sleepy. Yes, yes, yes. I ask artists what tools they're using. You get the wildest answers. Like Shelby will bring out every brush and pen he's bought since 1990. Meanwhile, Kelsey says, it's a Sharpie. I found it in a parking lot. It's funny, too, because, I mean, I'm like that, too. I'm like, ooh, what tool do you use? But more often than not, it's the short answer for most artists that I admire, at least, that talk about tools, is it's kind of whatever you're comfortable with. So even though everybody talks about one certain tool, if you don't like it and you're not comfortable with it and it just doesn't work for you, then it's probably not the right tool. So yeah, however, I will say that tools, the quality of tools, it does matter. Like I used to use when I would do like comic book stuff when I was in college, I used to use the crappiest tool because you're like a poor college student, right? So you don't have a lot of money to spend $30 on a brush. So I would get like one of those cheap sets that's like 20 different brushes for like $5 at like a craft store and use those. But then you'd always wonder like, why can't I get a good line out of these? So it does to a certain extent matter. But Daniel Warren Johnson, I've watched a bunch of his process art videos. He streams on Fridays usually and calls them Fridays with D-dubs. And why did I feel like it got louder? Hopefully I make it louder for you guys. But yeah, and he's kind of like, he pulls out old pens and whatever works for him. But I think also his style lends to that. So it depends on the kind of, at least in this case, like the kind of ink style that you're going for. He has such a distinct style with his artwork. It's just kind of, it's like metal, like heavy metal. It's just like whatever, splattery, really expressive lines. So I think it works that he just uses whatever is lying around. Oop. I know you're here, John. I know you're here. Randomized art schedule. Mm-hmm. Got to keep you guys on your toes. See if you're really committed to this stream. It's not at all related to the animated movie. Let me grab the link to the playlist whenever you get to it anyway. Okay. Stop it. I'm slow. I know I'm slow. Mighty Geek Studios, what's up? Save me. Rocky is still trying to find his psychedelic footing in the world of STERANKO. That's right. It's a work in progress production of a musical based on the Odyssey. Oh, no kidding. Don't forget the cleavage lines. I won't. Those are important. Definitely important. Edited it out for the edited version, but I will edit them back in for the unadulterated STERANKO. I saw the music. KSSS saw the music for Amelia Perez. It looks like a parody. It sounds like a parody. I mean, the singing's not even good, from what I've heard. It feels like an SNL sketch. Seriously, I'm like, how did this even get? I mean, I know how it got made or why it got made, but not good. Not good when those kind of decisions are driving art. STERANKO drew great hair. I can't match this manliness of hair. YouTube buffer wheels when I speed watch your stream. Oh, okay. I'd already know more. Okay, Emo Trash gave us the playlist for this. This is gonna be good. Complete playlist. Okay, I'll have to check it out. Love the conversation. Oh, the movie. Yes, I thought you meant this conversation. I was like, well, thank you. No, Conversation's amazing. It's so creepy. And Walter Murch was the editor there. He's one of Coppola's like master editors. And he also, I believe Murch also did the sound design. He edited it and did the sound design on that movie. And that's how I found out about the movie. Was I was taking a sound design class in college, and our teacher showed us a scene from that movie, and it kind of was dissecting the brilliance in the design. And that was the first time that I became so appreciative of editing and sound design. It was that movie, The Conversation, and if you guys have seen Once Upon a Time in the West, that's another great edited movie with amazing sound design. I feel like we always think of sound design of like, weird sci-fi noises and explosions and car chases and all that, but when it's used for like in a very artistic way, wow, it's powerful. Like used for storytelling and not just like Foley. Yeah, it's incredible. I'm liking this ink more and more. All right, Nick. Look at that. Got the little receding hairline a little bit there. Nick Fury. That's pretty cool. Turned out better than I was expecting. All right. I will totally check that out. You know me and musicals. Rocky, I invited a fellow artist to your stream who's from San Francisco too. Her username is Good Grief. All right, awesome, nice. Good Grief. That would be a great soundbite for Good Grief. Popeye Doyle was his best performance. That and Little Bill in Unforgiven. Yeah. Gene Hackman. Popeye Doyle. What's that from? Not Opaque. It is a poor craftsman who blames his tools. Maybe I'm a poor craftsman then. Lost a significant amount of the French I did know. Haven't studied in over a year now, probably. In the panel next to the last, does she flip him and make his lunch? The panel next to the last. Oh, here? And take his lunch money? Yeah. It's like borderline. Are they fighting? They kissing? What's going on here? Yeah, what's gonna happen? Feels like she's about to like judo his butt right there, or like jujitsu it. Keep you on your toes? I ain't no ballerina. Bancroft speaks Frenchish. His wife, Mel B, is half French, half German, speaks both. Wow, that's amazing. Rocky, you have to remember that Steranko was a man of magic. He was, really was. He has that that X factor in his personality and his artwork, I would say. Always brought the magic, the Steranko magic. That guy oozed just like cool. Even photos and videos I've seen of him today, like not today, but recently, of him at like cons or meeting people. He just still looks cool. Like he like dresses up. It's the kind of guy who wears a suit every day, ties a tie. Seems like a cool dude. All right, let's see if I can get these curves. Contessa's curly hair. It's gonna take some control. Yeah, I find like my inking, especially with a brush, is all about the like rotation, the angle. And I've seen a lot of people talk about it. It's like pivoting on the wrist or whatever. I feel like with these curves, I am more steady when I do like a U curve or underhanded curve or however you want to talk it, as opposed to overhanded here. So for these curves here on her hair, I was debating whether I was going to rotate the paper, but I think I'm going to do it this way. Nice. Yeah, I feel like this curve needs a little bit of tender loving care here. Cool. Did we finish that panel? I think we finished our first panel, folks. There we go. How about it? Not bad, not bad. KSSS says, I was watching Masters of the Universe the other day. Don't judge me. I would never judge you for watching Masters of the Universe. If you're talking about the old cartoon, or are you talking about the movie? Either way, would never judge you on that. I grew up on that stuff. Collected all those toys. Don't judge me. I would never realized, never realized how underpopulated Eternia is before. It's a planet with maybe 100 people. So you're definitely talking about the cartoon. And are you talking about the original Filmation cartoon? Because that's the one I grew up on. Not the, like, modernized one in the 90s. And for sure, that was because of budget restrictions that, you know, that they probably couldn't animate or create more characters than that. If I ever find the inspiration again, I might. Kind of have a lot of other study on my plate at the moment. All right. I have about 45 more minutes to ink on this cover. Might have to put this away for tomorrow. All right. 45 more minutes for you. You're finishing a cover in the time it takes me to do a panel. And this is why I'm not working in comics right now. Mo Biggs, what's up? Hail the chat. How you doing, Mo Biggs? Good to see you. And your nondescript profile picture. Welcome in. We're just working on this master study, the STERANKO master study right now. Just finished this very first panel, which turned out pretty cool. I guess I could go a little thicker on the cheek. Let's give Nick Fury a little bit more punch in his cheek. There you go. All right, there we go. That's nice. A nice manly cheek there. Rocky, you better put that link in your notepad. Oh, okay, I will. Good idea. Wait, how do I find that? I think I gotta open it up in... I better open it up in... Oh my gosh. How far back is this? I'll get it, Emo Trash. Dang it. I'm going to have to do a search for it. Because I just lost it. Ah, here it is. Oh, okay, cool. Let me do that before I forget. Oh, I didn't even clear out my old notepad. This is from last stream. Wow, this is old. All right, we got it. We got it. Emo. Mo Biggs and Mighty Geek Studios are worthy of wrenches. Oh, John. Always bringing in the wrenching. We haven't wrenched in a while, though. All right, we're doing it. Now you're distracting me. Here we go. Mo Biggs. Boom. And Mighty Geek Studios. That's right, Mighty Geek Studios. Where are you? Oh, here. The comment that I found for you, Mighty Geek Studios, on YouTube that I'm adding you as a moderator is, don't forget the cleavage lines. Boom. All right, there you go, guys. Welcome to the Mod Squad. We haven't wrenched in a while. There you go, guys. What's the population of Eternia? Yeah, Shelby. And then when you get into it, I shall share my favorite animation was made from one of the audition audios. Oh, cool. That'd be awesome. I think there's another 30 or so figures coming the next 2 years for Mattel, so about 200. That's how it works here. And this is why I have so many moderators. I need so many people to keep me on track. You guys are like, what do you call it? Not handlers, but like, kind of like handlers. More like nurses that follow around an old person that keeps stumbling on themselves. KSSS says, when I watch Once Upon a Time in the West, the harmonica music gets stuck in my head for about a week. It's a brilliant opening scene in that movie. That movie is so good. The cinematography in that, the acting, sound design. Oh my gosh, that movie's great. It's one of my favorites. I'm a patient man. I don't mention that in reference to the Dryden quote, beware the fury of a patient man, John. I don't even know Dryden. So I'm going to say awesome. In the episode, Duncan and Adam find a ship that crashed. Duncan says it's a spaceship. It must have crashed. Duncan was the smart one. It always bothered me that the cartoon Man-at-Arms had the mustache, and the toy. I know the toy was made first, and then they changed it up for the cartoon. But I have that. Do you have the like thick Masters of the Universe book? Hang on, I got a couple Masters of the Universe books. I have the mini comic collection, which is awesome, so good. I think I've opened it up on stream before. I'll go get it. But I also have the Art of, like, the Toy World book. Hold on. Do you have this book, KSSS? This book is amazing. And actually the format of this book is amazing. Because it does this. I love this. How do I even open this? Oh, I think I gotta... That's right. That drawbridge, genius. I haven't opened this in a while, but the drawbridge, you have to pull it out in order for the slipcase to slide out. Sorry, this is insane. And I'm guessing some of you guys already have this. Man, I can't get this out. But this is a brilliant book. The Art of... Whoops. Alright, that's too hard to see. Should I do this? Where did my... Oh, yeah. Here we go. The Art of He-Man and the Masters of the Universe by Tim and Steve Seeley. Oh, I had no idea this was Tim Seeley. He writes Masters of the Universe comics. I think he wrote that... He wrote... I'm going to turn off my blur here. He wrote, or was writing Masters of the Universe and Teenage Mutant Ninja crossover. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles crossover. Wow. Smells good. Weird. I know. This is... Wow, I haven't looked at this in a long time. This is like a print. Gerard Perel. Don't know the guy. Awesome painting though. And even though my camera is not all the way back, ew. I'm sure you guys have seen this book, right? No, let's see. Wow, I'm so far behind. Rocky has a comic huffing addiction. I do. I like to have the TV on when I sleep. I found old Masters of the Universe channel with a bunch of videos with 3 hours of shows. My girlfriend was like, seriously? Yep. Yep. You have the Masters of the Universe mini comic collection? I do. Were you in that stream when I pulled it out? It's a great collection. I love that they put that together. I used to so love collecting those comics as a kid. And I thought it was totally genius that they package that with the toys. Like, that's such a great model for like building the story, building the world. They had these crazy creature designs, and then you had no idea what they were about, but then you opened up the comic and each comic kind of told you a little origin or had a story that had to do with that character in it. Genius. And some great artists worked on that stuff. But I'm a huge fan of Masters of the Universe. You go back and watch the cartoon now, it's horrible. horrible comic. I mean, horrible cartoon, but the characters were amazing, and I just love the mentality of what these guys were trying to do. Like how they were trying to sell just toys to boys and appeal to boys and just, put all the thing that young boys enjoyed into these toys. It's really amazing. Yeah, these are awesome concept paintings. Here's some of the comics in this one. Oh, this one actually, they just highlight artwork by Bruce Timm. Look at this crazy old Bruce Timm artwork. I love this. Man, I haven't looked at this in a long time. There it is, Bruce Timm, artist. Stan Sakai, letterer. Are you kidding me? The creator of Usagi Yojimbo was just the letterer on a He-Man comic? What? This stuff is good. So good. It's from the animated series. Great. These images are burned in my brain. How many times did they repeat these cycles just to save money? And then I had one of my closest cousins. She's 2 months older than I am. She got really into She-Ra, and so we would just every time we'd get together, she would have her She-Ra toys, I'd have the He-Man toys. We would just create adventures. We'd watch the cartoons together. Oh, I love this stuff. This is good. A blast from the past. Oh, and I think this is, yeah, Ralph McQuarrie. One of the principal concept designers for Star Wars, did these designs for the movie. This is the not so He-Man right here. Dolph Lundgren. Oh man. Blast from the past. Love it. Those cool ink pages. Oh man, this is so fruity. This guy. All right, we'll stick a guy in there. This poor guy stuck in She-Ra's world. He's like, I'm in the wrong show, guys. Oh, Modulok. This is so fun. Anyway, total sidetrack there, but fun one nonetheless. Yes, I like to smell me my coffee. The Motu Origins line all have mustaches on Duncan, by the way, Rocky. You can get the no stash version, which is just an Eternian guard. Oh, got you. Like the new stuff. Yeah. I mean, so like, you know, when I was collecting the toys before the cartoon came out, this is how I got on this subject. I was like, wow, it looks so different. Like, why does Man-at-Arms look totally different than the toy does? But I did like the mustache version. The like 70s mustache. I like the old comics that came with the figures way better than the cartoon, for sure. Today they'd be too masculine with the muscles. That's right. It's so true. What's up, Zaid Comics? Phil in the house. How you doing? Live action Masters of the Universe should follow the original comics. I don't like the whole Prince Adam secret identity thing personally, even as a kid. Is Larry Hama was one of the artists involved in the He-Man stuff? That's crazy. That's awesome. Yeah, you should totally. Well, I don't know. I think it would be hard for me to binge the cartoon now. I haven't watched it in a long time, so we'd see. But I feel like it would be hard to watch. There's some good stuff in there, but gonna watch me some She-Ra crossover too. Hordak, amazing villain. He was awesome. Yeah, he's a great villain. Yes. They gave him a cape and twirly mustache, but no shirt. Masters of the Universe committed blasphemy by outselling Barbie. There's one of those shows, one of those Netflix shows that was like, I want to say it was like 80s, remembering the 80s or something like that. And they did a whole thing on Masters of the Universe. It was great. A lot of controversy around it, but just started selling like hotcakes. I think I remember my mom would get those and they were like $3 or $4 a figure at the time. Jeffrey Beats might be worthy of a rent. That's right. That guy's been showing up, bringing in the Australia in here. It's the wrenching. Let's see. You're welcome. Not seeing a comrade Sammy in the chat. Yo, she's here. She's here. In the intro, Adam says, "Fabulous secret powers revealed to me the day I held aloft my magic sword," and said, "By the power of grace, I'll have..." Do you think he was told to do that? Fabulous secret powers. Sorry, I'm just trying to catch up here, guys. Okay. I only watched the Filmation cartoon. I like that He-Man isn't a natural blonde. He has black eyebrows. He-Man 200 times or whatever it was called is pure garbage. Oh, yeah. I never watched that. When do you plan to do a Art of Rocky Master Study by Rocky stream? What? You mean do my own art? Yeah. That's coming, dude. That's coming. We're working up to that. We're getting there. I'm going to pretend the hair covers the side profile mistakes and move on. That's right. When in doubt, emo trash, black it out. My guess is a carbon monoxide leak. Yes. I think you're right. I think something about that. I have to do that. Oh, oops. Adam, I think everyone. Sorry. Wait, I just saw something. Oh, here. Shelby says, "I have to do that, John. I ink hair with the page upside down. No idea why. It's just what I do. Maybe easier to pull a taper from thick to thin." I think so. I think that. I mean, I can't speak for you, but it seems like that would make sense. All right. I think I got most of that stuff. Yes. That's right. Before Masters of the Universe, the only toys that Mattel sold to boys was Hot Wheels. And, yeah, they never had, like, that figure, that action figure. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, the, like, base model of He-Man was based on another toy that they had. Some sort of, like, Conan-inspired toy. And then they just took that base model and started iterating on it. And then creating all the different... That's why all the toys had that similar body type, where you could tell they used the same mold for the chest and just like recolored it or added another detail or a little costume part, but it was always the same mold, and then they would change the little rubber head. It's genius. All right, let's see. Should I do the phone? The phone's not that exciting, but might be worth doing. Oh, or I could do this. I could do this reverse angle, the first panel. Let's do that. I have to find the books with the most Norm art. Oh, yeah. He was great. Shelby inking upside down is probably what inspired Rob Arnold to check spelling upside down. Like, we get it, Rob. You can't read. Masters of the Universe art for inspiration stream. When? Do it. Yeah, I'll pull out the mini comic book. I've looked at it before on stream, but it's worth pulling out again. I love the size of those too. It's different. Do you guys remember at the beginning when I first started this stream, one of the first books I did a like closer review of or a closer look on was Atari Force, and those came with mini comics too. Sorry, I had to hold my breath when I was drawing that line. They had mini comics for Atari Force too, I remember. But not the Jose Luis Garcia comics. They were the first generation of Atari Force. They weren't that exciting, but there's something about that. Adds to the story of those toys. And I don't think any other toy has done that. I could be wrong. I don't remember any other toy doing like a mini comic included with the toy. Do you guys? You guys remember? Like G.I. Joe had the G.I. Joe had the identity cards on the back of their packaging. Transformers, they didn't have any comic that came with it. Yeah, I can't remember any other toy that came with a mini comic. And I don't know why, because it's such a great format. Lucky says hi. Hello, Lucky. Scared the crap out of me. All right. Rob's toilet spins the wrong way, so not reading makes sense. Somebody with dyslexia in Australia. Does that mean they read in the right direction here in America? Is that how it works? Like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, they didn't come with comics either. I mean, they started with comics first before the toys, so maybe that's why, but yeah, I can't think of any other toys that came with like a mini comic. Another killer eyebrow. Did you know that Masters of the Universe now made Fisto Duncan's brother, and their last name is now Donuts? I get the Dunkin' Donuts. I don't get the Fisto Donuts, but you almost got me there. But no, I didn't know that. I didn't know that that they did that. I haven't really kept up with Masters of the Universe since I was a kid. Like that original 80s run is what's burned in my brain. Yeah, I used to play with those toys so much and just make up stories with them. I had Castle Grayskull, I had Snake Mountain. most of the vehicles. I remember they had this contest where you could like turn in your ideas for your own original character, and they said the winner they would produce an original character based on off of it. And if I'm not mistaken, I think the winner was like, was it photog or something like it was like a camera was built into the chest, but then they never ended up making that figure, which was a bummer. I still remember the like smell of like Stinkor, the skunk. He looked like a skunk merman basically. But they like they sprayed him with like some stink smell. And then there was Moss Man who smelled like pine sol. That was the worst. Yes. Better grab me a Fisto Donuts in the morning. G.I. Joe vehicles came with something similar to the Transformers figures, just a checklist with pics of stuff your parents were too poor to buy for you. That's right. The bootleg Otherworld 80s action figures had little comics, as if everybody else didn't already know that, with Fragacuda being such a household name. What the? TMNT mentioned, that's right. One kid had the G.I. Joe aircraft character. I had one friend who had it too, and we would go to that kid's house all the time. I mean, one of the more rare, wasn't that rare, but that not a lot of my friends didn't have. Like, we all had the diecast Voltron, but I don't know how I got a hold of it or where my parents got it, but I still have it actually. I have it in my garage right now. I have the car Voltron, which was not as common. So that one, like, my friends would always come over to my house to play with that one. But yeah, there's always that one kid who had the G.I. Joe aircraft carrier. I did have, and I have this in my garage too now, I did have, for Transformers, I did have Metroplex, which was the city. That one was kind of cool. Oops. We don't observe daylight savings, so sometimes on par with Texas, other times. Ah, nah, you guys in that. Lucky. Awesome. Comic shop up in Phoenix had a USS flag on display. It was $5. What? $5 viewing fee? Oh my gosh. Does this stream have a fee for viewing? No. My goodness, I would not do that. The fee for viewing is the 20-minute wait time for Rocky to notice chats. Yep. What's this? Sarah and Tuned. She has Artism for Cars. Okay, cool. That's a cool link. Should I save that one? I wish there was a fast way to find links. Ouch. Wow, she does have 730,000 subs. Small fries. I'll save that for later. That sounds crazy. Shelby was well on his way to 1 million subs before randomly de-wrenching me on my birthday. That's what you get. Shelby's not a big fan of the wrench. Can't trust those chatters. Oops. Awesome. Oh my gosh. So I have to cut back on making fun of people and watching to YouTube. You do? Come on. I don't know. It's one of those killing your sensei, never saying why moments, John. Why you were deranged. Rocky didn't even notice I was gone. I got your dude. Your first dude. I got it. Or did you do a second dude? Oh, maybe you did a second dude, which I did miss. Voltron had toys. Oh yeah, it did. Rocky's friends now charging $5 to see the flag. Bancroft, I'd like a wrench. I know you're watching. It's called a clipboard, but the links don't always have titles. Yeah. I just need to remember so that I'm like not digging through the chat after the fact. I need to remember all the cool recommendations and links that you guys give me. I said at the beginning of the stream, I'm not good at multitasking, let alone like keeping track of all the crazy conversations you guys bring to the chat. So much good stuff flying around. I'm like, what were we talking about? When? They've got to have like an AI thing or something that like can index the chat. Find all the links in my February 2025 chat. There's got to be a way to do that. Let's see. What is the best angle for these cheek lines? I have to say I'm pretty sold on this speedball ink. It's nice. It's nice. I don't even know if I need to add that Dr. Martens that you're suggesting, Shelby. I really like it. I got used to it. It's different than the other inks that I was using, but as I've been working on these panels, I like it. It's got a nice flow to it. You can tell it's getting to be a late night stream. Whenever anyone has a channel with 700k subs, I Google dead subscribers and click on the dead subs calculator web page. Wow, is there a dead subscriber calculator web page? That sounds interesting. Dead subscribers. Okay, that's noteworthy for me. That sounds. I didn't know there was such a thing. I'll have to check that out. Play around with that if that's a real thing. Sleep is for the weak. Going for eternity. Dagnabbit. I'm lazy. When humanity dies in nuclear holocaust after the War of the Machines, at least Rocky can go out knowing he didn't have to keep track of the links in the chat manually. It's important. It's really important. These are life-changing things I'm recording right now. I'm like a list kind of guy. I always need to like write down lists, and then I have lists to tell me to look at my lists. All right, let's see. I think this is a good direction to do these. And I just cleaned the brush, so I should be able to get a nice thin point on these. Here we go. Isn't too bad. All right. Looking pretty manly. Rocky's voice may put me to sleep, and I may definitely wake up with Xbox controller face. That wouldn't be so bad. Right, some more thin lines here. Cool. All right, got my Nick Fury head. Other than the hair, I'm gonna hit this head, her head, and then I'll fill in the hair underneath. That's coming along nice. Still playing Minecraft. You can get dead subs followers on any platform, right? That's crazy. The stories coming out of the government right now and what they're uncovering are... It's like, what planet are we living on? What time period is it that we're like, how is this happening? Female chins are some of the hardest things to get right. Because if you don't, can easily look like that's a man, baby. If you do it wrong. Oh, music died. Let's see. I guess when Rocky is out of list, he becomes listless. I've been better. Told chat earlier I received some pretty devastating news yesterday, so I'm a bit low on it. It's really... Life's tough. I was told... by, I better wash my brush here. I'm gonna do those lines. Oh. Okay. I had a former pastor tell me once, you're either in a storm or you're in the middle of one. It's so true as you get older. There we go. Our gal's face in there. Then just gonna finish it up with his hair up here, and we should be done with our second panel. Oh, it's coming along. Cool. I just got these little ground marks here. Tick marks. Carpet marks or whatever these are. Texture. There we go. Panel 2 done. Booyah. If I just ignore the tiny signs of a sore throat I'm feeling right now, I'm sure I can gaslight into just not coming. Emo trash. This is not... We're supposed to make America healthy again. That is not how it works. I'll tell you, you gotta take care of yourself. I'm not legally permitted to suggest smoking crack. Gargle some mouthwash, salt water, emergency. We used to be big on the emergency, like just guzzle that stuff when we were feeling sick, but now we use liquid IV. Have you heard of that? It's kind of like a hydration, and they have, you can get it with like immunity, whatever vitamins in it. That's worked well for us. Then we also use this Chinese medicine that we have no idea what the ingredients are in it. I just know what it looks like, what the packaging looks like, and I go to our local like Chinese herb store and buy it. And I swear, anytime anyone in our family feels sick, we just like drink that. You can drink it twice a day. We drink it in the morning and the evening, and it'll like cut it off immediately. And again, I have no idea what's in it. It's probably something illegal. I don't know. But it's supposed to be herbal. That's how Chinese medicine goes. I used to poo-poo on it a lot, but the older I get and the more I've tried it, I'm like, this stuff works. Works way better than Western medicine. For your health or just in... Oh, you're talking about for the Social Security? Yes, true. That information is only for the eyes of unelected IRS workers. Are you guys... Are we doing this? Are we doing this tonight? I, for one, am pleased to see how many Americans between the ages of 150 and 300 are collecting Social Security. And people criticize our health care. It's true. Have you guys checked out the Doge app? It's pretty awesome. It's really... Or the website, whatever. I think it's just the website. It's pretty awesome, and it's organized very tech centric, like the way it looks and how it's organized. It's really clean and simple, and it's remarkable how quickly they got that up and running. And it's pretty eye-opening when you just click through stuff. You're like, wow. Yoda didn't name Grogu Grogu. That's his middle name. Yoda really named him Larry. Oh my goodness, KSS says, are you doing this? Rocky's voice is helping. I'm practically sleep typing over here. It's good. It's good. I'm here for that. Take half a Benadryl and just listen to like 20 minutes more of this stream and you'll be out. Please go to sleep, emo trash. Don't get sick. I'm sure in 4 years, if there's a rapture before or after, Satan's gonna wreak havoc when the church is gone. Whoa, that's a uplifter right there. Awesome one. Thank you. Heard they got the name Grogu from combining George and Lucas. Grogu. Oh, shouldn't his name be Gookus? Or Lorge? Yeah. Yogurt would have been a better name. Grogu isn't real Star Wars. I've got to head out. Thank you for the wrench, Rocky Belly Saracen, for the wrenchmendation. John, see you later, Mo Biggs. We'll see you around here soon, hopefully. Thanks for coming. Here's the other dude. What's up, dude? Everything post 2012 isn't canon. Yeah, anytime the original 3, 4, 5, or 4, 5, and 6, anytime I see those, I will stop and watch those movies. They're just classics. Anytime any of the other movies come in, I'm just like, oh, should I watch it? And then usually I'll watch maybe like 5-10 minutes of it, and then I'll change the channel or stuff. Doesn't hit the same way for me. But that's even before 2012. So KSSS, are you talking about the original trilogy, and then when was 2012? I know episodes 1, 2, and 3 came out before 2012, didn't they? I don't know. Making America healthy again is RFK's problem, not mine. I don't think Oriental is the right word. I was just talking to this with my kids about that word. I think one kid, there was a kid in my daughter's class that was using that word, and she was like, what? I'm like, yeah, that's not the right word. So no, I do believe the medicine is from China. I mean, it's all Chinese ingredients, all Chinese writing. So in this particular case, it is a Chinese medicine thing. Okay, I'm going to do this exciting phone panel. Rocky, it's officially now past the witching hour here on the West Coast. We're gonna do what we want. Oh my gosh, it's so late. For you, emo trash. East Coast, yes. Which side? I don't know. See, you're losing your mind now. Don't eat the eggs boiled in pea, Rocky. That's also Chinese medicine. Okay. Don't worry. I won't. Yeah, sometimes you don't know what you're getting. I know, like, my mother-in-law's tried to make me drink, or has made me drink, like, bird's nest before, which was disgusting. It's supposed to be really good for you. I remember one time she brewed this, like, medicinal tea that had, like, bees in it, like it was a whole bag of just different things, dried things, and they had to boil it for a really long time, and this one had like bees in it, like dead bees. It's weird. There's always distinct smells too that come out of these crazy ingredients, but I don't know. China's been around a long, long time. So they must know something we don't. Ooh, this is gonna be hard. It's like curly cues. When I need to sleep, I just pop on 3 hours of Master of the Universe and try not to laugh. What is wrong with Oriental? Is there a story here? So I've heard that Oriental is only used to describe like rugs, not people, not people from the Orient or whatever. I don't know when that was, but it's apparently not a PC term. I mean, I've never been called Oriental myself. It's always like Asian, or mistakenly somebody would say, "Oh, are you Chinese?" Or, but it's always like Asian. I say 2012 because that's when Lucas sold. Oh, okay. But yeah, the original trilogy are my Star Wars. I'm 47. I cut my eye teeth on them. I love them. Oh, okay. Cool, cool, cool. Same generation we are. Yeah, hasn't been the same. Hasn't been the same since Lucas did that. I mean, there's been a lot of content, for sure. I'd argue there's been more misses than hits. I don't hate all of the new Star Wars stuff, but none of it has come even close to. And I know a lot of people that worked on the new stuff. I mean, even the company I used to be in, that I used to have, we worked on some newer Star Wars stories with Filoni, but all the TV shows that have come out, none of them have really clicked with me. I know a lot of people rave about Andor, and I enjoyed Andor, but it wasn't, I don't know. Nothing lives up to those original movies. Those movies were such a great balance of sci-fi and fantasy and adventure and fun. And yeah, I feel like the newer stuff like just never gets that mix right. Yeah, supposedly. I mean, not that many people use that term, at least that I've been around. So, and when it does, it's just like, it just sounds weird. It's not like something you're used to hearing. What's up, Sumo Thori? Thanks for stopping in. Phone panel, Rocky, you're committed to the original STERANKO now. No turning back. Oh my gosh, I'm so behind. Sumo Thori's Wrenchworthy 2 and your chat are dropping like flies. Oh, geez. Sorry, guys. It is getting late, though, isn't it? Sumo Thori is the only one here without a wrench. Who wants to time him out? Oh. All right, Sumo Thori, what the heck? This is just in the vein of everybody's moderator. There you go, Sumo Thori. Just don't screw me over, guys. Like, got so many moderators now. But I trust you, John. John has not steered me wrong yet with the wrenches. So yeah, bird's nest. It was nasty. I give the thumbs up for wrench for Sumo. You got it. Honey soaked garlic cloves. Chino is also dumb when it comes to many, many, many things. Is Ballesteros Filipino? Ballesteros, if you're talking about me, if you're, or the name, is the name Filipino or am I Filipino? I am Filipino. And the name is actually Spanish in origin. So the rule of thumb that I live by is if you meet somebody who looks Asian, not Oriental, Asian, and they have a Spanish name, Spanish last name, then 99.9% of the time they are Filipino. So Ballesteros is Spanish in origin, and I mention that only because I rarely met other people with the last name Ballesteros, and on one of the occasions I did, it actually happened to be at a convention. I was behind a table and somebody came up and they had last name Ballesteros, but they didn't look Asian at all, Filipino or Asian or otherwise, and he was actually Spanish. Yeah, so it was pretty cool. We quickly became friends. And I think it was like one of those, it was like a convention that was multiple days, and I saw him a few days in a row, and we called each other cousins, just because we had never really met other Ballesteroses as well. So not a common name to run across. Although I do know in the animation world, I think there's an animator or a designer by the name of Patrick Ballesteros, who I've never met. But he also worked in the animation field. There's a world famous golfer named Seve Ballesteros. Although I don't think I'm related to him. Or maybe like our ancestors are related, but I don't think I'm related to him. What time is it? 12:30. Okay, we'll wrap this up soon. I'll finish up this phone panel and then we're done for the night. But we've made great progress. More progress than I thought. Sumo is in Hawaii. No kidding. That's awesome. I just watched a series. Wait. Are you Filipino, Sumo Authority? I just watched a series on Prime called Almost Paradise that was filmed in Cebu. Oh, nice. When the day is over for us, Sumo gets like 5 more hours. Wow, Hawaii. What time is it in Hawaii right now? Shoot, music stopped again. This needs a loop. Watched about 3 episodes of Mando. Was like boring. Canceled Disney Plus before it's cool to cancel Disney Plus. Yeah, I never got into Mando. There's a few episodes in there that were pretty cool, but his character itself was like Dullsville for me. And then, you know, they're like, oh, it's Pedro Pascal, blah, 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 who I think he's an okay actor. But the problem with that is, you know, the whole thing is like you can't see his face. But it's really hard to attach to a character and read his emotion and like follow his story, his emotional journey, and buy into it if you can't see his face and then he's also played super deadpan. That's the other problem I had with, that's the same problem I had with Ahsoka, that series. Like, I love Rosario Dawson as an actress, and she's been in some great roles, but she was so flat as Ahsoka. I didn't really like Ahsoka as a character to begin with, but yeah, I just couldn't understand it. I thought she looked cool, but how she played that was just really flat. Which is like, oh, she's supposed to be this stoic Jedi. It was really boring. I didn't watch Skeleton Crew. Wasn't interested. Andor was okay. It didn't have to be a Star Wars story, really, in my mind. The trailer for the second season looks kind of cool, though, so I'll check that out. I watched a couple episodes of, what was that one? The Acolyte. I wasn't really into that one either. The Boba Fett series. That one was not great. I love Robert Rodriguez, but I feel like with that Boba Fett series, he went more Spy Kids than Desperado for me. Do a lot of that natural remedy stuff. I take turmeric. Oh, I've started taking turmeric with curcumin. My knee pain that I had since 16 is gone. Wow. I also take vitamins D and C. Nice. I take valerian if I can't sleep. And isn't valerian a movie? If I can't sleep, and oregano when I feel sick. Oregano. Wow. It's oregano. It's not even midnight there. It is. It's 12:40 right now. Yes. Oh, not in Hawaii. 10:30. Oh my gosh. Sumo share. If you watch any of Disney Star Wars stuff and then watch the original Star Wars, it's a world of difference. Yes. There's a completely different feel. Totally. Agree, totally. And I would argue it's because George Lucas isn't at the helm anymore. Do I have to do work now? Yeah. Got to take the baton, Sumo Thori. Rocky, you only steered yourself wrong the one time he wasn't around to give you a thumbs up. That's right. Who was that one kid who ruined wrenches for Rocky? He who shall not be named? I believe he went by the handle... I think it was like Mr. Dragon or something like that. And then... he got wrenched, and yeah, John wasn't there, I think, when it happened. And it was early on when I started streaming, so I was like, oh, is this how we do it? Okay, people get wrenched, nice. I've since learned my lesson. Choose to do the circles when I was getting tired. Not a good move, Rocky. I will definitely finish this within the next 20 minutes, guys. That's the goal. So if you can stick with me, that would be awesome. I know it's crazy late. For a lot of you. Except Sumo Thori. Sumo Thori. Sorry. Oh gosh, too, with all the new wrenches today, that means I have to, well, if you guys start coming regularly to my stream, what I do, for those of you who don't know, is try and do a little custom sound effects for everybody, people who are wrenched and also who come frequently. So the more I start getting to know you guys, the more I have to figure out sound effects. But that's been a fun thing of doing for this channel. Dang it with these circles. I think I'm going to hold off on these circles because I don't think I'm going to do them properly with my state of mind right now. They're going to all end up wacky tobacco. Yeah, this ink's a win. The Speedball ink's a total win. I like it a lot. And it wasn't that expensive. So I'll skip those circles. Yes, you're right. I wasn't even there, but I remember the kid's name for some reason. Very relaxed here. Very nice to be able to throw links to randomness. Awesome one does cat vids often. David Alicia says, from the conquistadors, bro. I'm Flip Rican. Filipino Puerto Rican? Nice. Awesome. Nice. David Alicia. Okay. Is the Alicia the Filipino part or the Puerto Rican part? That seems like the Filipino part. My Lola was Montesa. Okay, nice. There's more cat videos. Sumo is Hawaiian. He's Oriental. Here we go. Jay Ryan says he has no nose, so maybe he's Eskimo. Pedro is annoyingly everywhere for such a mediocre, right? Yeah. We were talking about Wonder Woman 1984 yesterday, and he was in that too, and I really didn't like him in that. I hated his character in that, actually. It was weird. It was a really weird character, really weird accent. He had a bad wig on. It was bad. I'm gonna skip these lines to these straight lines right now, or the shine lines on it, because I know I need to have a steadier hand to do the circles and also all those details. So I'm gonna hold while I can, while I'm ahead. But check it out. We are, oh, that's kind of wacky. Gotta fix that. Oh, totally missed. It's okay. I missed a little dingle hopper there. We did good. We did good. Good for this stream. Got good progress on this guy. So hopefully next stream we'll finish up these two panels and start into this middle row here, which will be great. I really can't wait to get to this panel and this panel. I love that close up on her face. So that'll be great. Okay, let me catch up and chat here, and then I'll let you guys go. Got 8 minutes till 1 o'clock my time, which is 4 o'clock some of your guys' time. Huh. We had Darth Vader before that. We did, but we weren't tracking Vader's emotional arc necessarily. He was just evil, scary, bad guy. Only at the very end, when he had a change of heart, right, in Jedi, and that's when his helmet came off and we saw his crazy ugly face. But we weren't really tracking his emotion that much, and I don't know, his voice acting is 1,000 times better than Pedro Pascal, so no comparison there for me. Have we lost the chat ninja? I just had to pick up some Raising Cane's on the... What? Were you in last stream? You weren't, because we just mentioned Raising Cane's last stream. I brought it up, and Shelby, maybe you already know this, Sumo Thori, Shelby sent me the recipe for the cane sauce. So I'm super excited to try that out. When they said they cast Pedro Pascal in Star Wars show, I only know him from Game of Thrones and Narcos. He was in Game of Thrones. I never watched Game of Thrones. I didn't know Pedro Pascal was in Game of Thrones. Didn't know anything about him personally. I thought they had cast him to play Biggs. I liked Mando. I was such a fan that I bought the Lego version of the ship. His ship's awesome. They blew it up on the show the week after I got it. Is that when you took the Lego and threw it into the ground? I'd say the first season of Mando was pretty good, but I didn't come out of it going, "Oh my gosh, it was amazing," like a lot of people did. I was like, it's good. Then the second season, I couldn't even finish that one. Sammy's with Jesus. Oh goodness. She's here. Don't ever underestimate the chat ninja. She is here. I got it and then blew it up. It's still in the box. Nice. I was there, Rocky. Mr. Dragon asked for a wrench. I didn't know Mr. Dragon. Oh, okay. Then I was like too wrench happy at that point. Yes, it was bad. It was really bad. That was a big F you to me from Disney and Hasbro. Oh boy. Okay. KKK. Let's see. Mint and box. All right. All right. I'm hanging on here. AO's reaching the... Someone's reaching the witching hour. Okay. This is all useless time passing right now. Stop it, awesome one. You need to go to bed. You need to go to bed too. Emo Trash definitely needs to go to bed. Yes, Dingle Hopper. Dingleberries. By the time he catches up, I will have in fact been awake for 24 hours. Oh my gosh. Random McRanderson, what's up, man? All the Star Wars TV series are mid at best. I would have to agree with you. I think there's some really good episodes here and there in some of those series, but no series in its entirety was like, that is Star Wars for me. It was just kind of filler. Felt more like filler. All right. We did it. No sleep. Okay. We did it, guys. Thank you so much. Everybody that stayed on this long. I'm going to end this before it turns 1 a.m. my time. So there's that. I'll buy you 2 minutes or so for you to go to bed. Some of you probably waking up within an hour. My gosh, it's almost 4. Got to perform heart surgery. What? KSSS, please tell me you're not a heart surgeon. That is not good. All right, so stay tuned. I don't think I will stream again this week, but the next master study will come next week. We'll continue on with the inking. We're moving right along. The ink is working well. Is great. Speedball, super black. I recommend it. It's good. Winsor Newton brush, Series 7. That's by Tool of Choice. Has not failed me. Did really good on a lot of the swoopy, thick, thin lines tonight. Was just feeling good. It was a good combo, so I'm totally psyched about it. Yep. All right, that's it. I'm going to let you go before it turns to 1 a.m. here. Thank you guys so much for being here. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'm assuming you guys are all subscribers, those of you who stuck around. But definitely hit that like. I'd appreciate it. We are on our way to 500 subscribers, which is a great milestone. We've got to think of what to do when we hit 500. But yeah, it's been fun. It's been fun hanging out with you guys. And if I don't see you before next Wednesday, stay tuned for my Wednesday comics. With more comics, more comic talk, more fun. No, I'll probably Master Study stream. Before Wednesday next week. So I'll see you then. All right. Take it easy. See you guys everywhere. Good night. Go to bed.